Guys, come in. You want to see something absolutely horrible? Look at this. Okay, so what are you looking at? Well, first of all, Ferrari are at their test track over the next couple of days. Fiorano, probably pronounced that wrong. And they're doing some testing. Now, tomorrow, we're actually expecting to see some of the changes to the SF24 in the build-up to Imola. But today, we've got something else. Now, Ferrari are testing some of the... I'm sorry, they just look so ridiculous. They're testing splash guards, essentially. These wheel guards are something that the FIA are trying to put in place to improve the spray in wet conditions. Now, in some of these shots, the track looks dry. I appreciate that, but it was artificially watered to test this out. Behind the wheel is Charles Leclerc's brother, Arthur Leclerc, and Ollie Behrman's there as well. This is not the latest Ferrari car. This is from 2022. Now, I just wanted to show this to you just so you can see how absolutely ridiculous they look. For a little bit more context, I think it was last year now, Mercedes tested some of the FIA's splash guard attempts or early prototypes. And this was a sort of a concept image of what they would look like. And they were really just small guards over the rear of the tyre. They tested those and it wasn't successful. It was deemed a failure. They just didn't work, essentially. And the FIA is on this quest to reduce spray in wet conditions. We do actually get a lot more rain in Formula One now in certain circuits around the world. And so I admire their attempts. Now, this is another prototype. This isn't to say this is actually going to, go on the cars, but they're testing it to get some data. Now, as you can see from the images, these are basically complete wheel guards. They're going around most of the wheel. Then on the rear, there is essentially a mud flap that comes down to the bottom that would essentially completely stop any spray. And, well, I mean, if they work, I suppose. But they don't look very good. From the front view, you can actually see that there is cutouts there. So there's cutouts at the front of the tyre, presumably for heat dispersion. Obviously, the cutouts can't be at the rear for obvious reasons because they're trying to reduce the spray. However, that's my main concern with this, because even though these are going to be used on presumably inters and wet tyres, the heat dispersion is going to be the main concern, I would have thought. Now, at the minute, spray is pretty bad. And I accept that. Is this a bit of an extreme solution? I don't know. It kind of feels that way. The one concern I'd have as well, and I don't really know from these pictures, is if it's actually connected directly to the wheel rim. What I mean is the actual cover. Because presumably it would have to be to make pit stops easy. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to get the tyres off. So this plastic casing essentially has to be attached to the wheel rim itself. And this just... I'm concerned. I appreciate this is just a test. They're just gathering data. There's no real reason to be concerned right now. But I feel like that would lead to a lot of problems. But admittedly, what they look like isn't that important. Actually, no, scrap that. What they look like is important because these are Formula One cars. They're meant to look good. And this prototype, I mean, it looks horrible. One other thing, though, that we do get to see from these test images, even though this is an old car, it is using the updated livery. Now, Ferrari are now sponsored by HP, but at Miami, we didn't really get to see what the car was actually going to look like properly because they had their blue special livery. So now we do get to see it. It is keeping the white on the front wing and the rear wing with the HP logo. And then the HP logo is on the badge boards. It's on the engine cover. The one thing I'm surprised about, not surprised, disappointed, the Ferrari lettering on the rear wing looked really good. And now we've just got this blue strip with two small HP logos. It doesn't look very good, does it? But hey-ho, that's what it looks like. That's what we've got to deal with. Anyway, I thought I'd share these images of these wheel covers because they looked so bizarre to me. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you'd like to see these in Formula One below. Anyway, I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you next time.